Hello, working girl. I'd like to share with you today on how to avoid the trap of constant comparison. Look, it's never been easier than it is now to compare your career journey to another's, even though it's called your personal career journey. Whether you're working on the streets of Instagram or you're walking on the streets of LinkedIn, there's always somebody brandishing a new certificate, a new promotion, a new skill, and that's how it is, constantly. And here's what comparison does to you. There's either the negative piece, which causes you to lose self-motivation, or who causes you to be ringed up inside, and completely distressed. Or there's the positive piece who spurs you on, and pushes you to do more. But I'd like to dwell a bit on the negative piece. And to do that, I'll tell you a story. When I started podcasting like everyone else, I selected about 3 international podcasters, and then I went to their pages to see how it's done, what they're doing, just to generally learn from them. Now, for some reason, when I was at pages, I just somehow never looked at, I guess, or maybe I missed the number of listeners they had. Now, 2 weeks ago, I went to one of their pages again, and then I saw that she had over 500,000 listeners. When I compared it to my just over 3,000 listeners, I kind of panicked. I thought, gosh, what have I been doing? But the truth is, everyone who compares a curated story forgets the backstory. And the backstory is where the hard work happens. The backstory is where the tears happen. The backstory is probably where the indices are. And when I checked further, they had been podcasting for 3 whole years. They even had, they had even won some British Podcasters Award. Now, compare it to me, who started podcasting 3 months ago, and we all know how tough it is to move people from one social media app, to another. So the indices were wrong from day one, and obviously I had to call myself to a round, table meeting, to be able to move forward on whatever it was that I was doing at the time. But I'd like to share 3 ways in which I believe you can avoid the trap of constant comparison. 1, is important that you have a gratitude journal. Sometimes our eyes are so fixed on what it is we're expecting or what it is that we want, and we forgot what we've been blessed with. We forget what God has blessed us with. So I believe that, writing daily that which you're grateful for helps keep things in context. Right close to the gratitude journal is the journal of achievement. I think that's really important because sometimes as humans, you forget. You might, be hung on someone who's celebrating your project management certificate. And just because you're so hung on her, you forget that you got that certificate 3 years ago. So I believe it's important to chronicle, your accomplishments and then celebrate the different milestones. Constantly keep before you that a career journey is personal. Not even twins have the same iris, let alone the same fingerprint. So surely there are things that are different, or unique to you. The last thing I'd like to leave you with is I often say that social media should be a place of, relaxation, fun, and not a high tension or high pressure point. So if you're following people who cause you to lose your motivation, give you a headache, you reserve the right to mute, to unfollow, to block, or just take a break, from them for a little while. Having said that, all of the work that you do is internal to you. And I'm going to ask that the only person you compare yourself to or with is the person that you were yesterday. If you'd like to hear more of this, I've got the rest of it, in the podcast for the working girl, available everywhere that you listen to your podcast. Cheers.